Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Daz Reacts, and today I have a Mr. Bean reaction video for you. And there's not really too much I do at Christmas. Like at Christmas, I like to watch the Elf movie with Will Ferrell. My wife likes to watch the Christmas Vacation movie with Chevy Chase, and there's other things as well. But one thing that, like, for the last few years, that, and even when I was a kid, like when I was a kid, I used to love sitting down and watching it. And then now I do it with my daughter. That every year we'll make it a point that we will sit down and we will watch this one. That she's got my sense of humor. She laughs at the things I laugh at, and think, like, she tells jokes like the way I tell jokes, and she's trying to always try to make people laugh and that. Sorry. But yeah, so this one, I'm hoping that YouTube allow me to put it up, because this is the one thing that I watch every year, and I love this nativity scene. This is by no means a first time reaction. I have seen this video countless times, and every single time I have laughed my head off over it, because I just think it is brilliant that the way that he does this. If you haven't seen it, you honestly are in for a treat. And I know that I'm going to laugh my head off. I'm not 100%. I've got a bug that my daughter brought home from school, so I've been coughing a lot. So if I do end up coughing, then I will mute the microphone. And you're probably seeing as I raise my hands up here, like I'm going invisible. Obviously I've got a green screen behind me, and I've got a green Christmas jumper on, so it probably wasn't the best combination, but I've only got a couple more videos with this jumper on, then I'll change it. But guys, listen, I really do hope you enjoy this. I know for a fact that I'm going to enjoy it. So let's get into this. I really am looking forward to this. I love watching this one. The funny thing is that the first time I showed my daughter this, I think she was probably 2 years old. And yeah, so she was probably 2 years old, and she kept talking for it. So every time they're saying shush, I'm looking at her like shh, but she thought I was actually doing it to go along with this bit, and it wasn't. I just wanted her to shut the hell up so I could watch it. And then she watched it the following year, and she's like, "I've never seen this before, Daddy." I was like, "Yeah, I played it to you last year, but you talked all the bloody way through it, so shut up." Now you're probably saying the same thing about me. Like, now you're talking the way through it, so you need to shut the hell up as well. Beep, 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 beep. There's one bit in here when I actually remember when I was a kid and the very first time that I watched this, and I remember the reaction to this bit. So after all of these sheep get in the van and what happens next, I won't spoil it, cause just in case you haven't seen. I'll be very surprised if you haven't seen it, but I won't spoil it anyway. But for what happens next after these all of these sheep get into the van and this van moves off, I actually remember watching when I was a kid, and I remember my reaction. And I remember the drink that I don't remember what I was drinking, but I remember whatever I was drinking actually came out of my nose. It was one of them laughs that, like, it was so unexpected, and then everything just went everywhere, and I laughed for so long. I honestly did. But yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what it is. It's not the. It's not even the fact that it's like the little baby one comes along. It's not even the fact that the Dalek came along. It's the fact that the Dalek turned around and went ha 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 ha. I don't know. Oh, seriously, I remember the first time I watched it. Obviously, the little baby sheep and the Dalek made me laugh, but it was when it turned around and went ha ha ha. It just everything just came out. I love it, seriously. Sorry, I had to mute it for the cough then, honestly. I don't know why I decided to react to this one today while I've got a cough. I really don't. Oh, like going into a laughing fit with a cough it's not the way to go. It was really not. I love this so much. Honestly, I love Mr. Bean so much. There's a couple of things that like there's the Christmas episode. Do you know that one where he gets the turkey stuck on his head? That wasn't even the funniest bit. The funniest bit in that episode is when he had the carol singers at the door and he turned his chair around and he sat there listening to them with a box of chocolates. And then at the end he got up as if to give them a chocolate and he just slammed the door in their face. But like obviously like over the years like even for you there's going to be a like something that you've seen on the TV or something that you've heard that you've copied religiously. And the one thing that like when I was younger, when I was a teenager, there was one thing that I'd done and I'd done it for a good couple of hours. So I was on a night out with a couple of people that I worked with and like it used to be like one of the guys that I was with, you never liked Mr. Bean at all. And it was a conversation that we'd had in work like earlier that day that he'd never liked Mr. Bean and things like that. So we had this and I started showing him like a few things of Mr. Bean that like that he could have liked and he should have seen and things like that. That this was back when like I had the Mr. Bean DVD and like I had to find one of the computers in work that had a DVD player and this was before YouTube had everything on there. But sorry. And there was one part we went out that night. And I said to him that I was like, I will take this Mr. Bean part, yeah, and I will get laughs from it. And he was like, no one's going to like it. No one's going to. Everyone's seen Mr. Bean. So I spent the whole. I was only a teenager. I wouldn't do it now, but I was, as a teen, I went round most of the night tapping people on the shoulder. And when they turned around, I went, excuse me, have you seen my watch? For the whole night. Just tapping random people on the shoulder. And you'd be surprised like how many people knew just like that what I was talking about. And they'd start laughing and. Like, you get some people that, like, you tap them on the shoulder, like, excuse me, have you seen my watch? And they'd look at you and they'd go, no. And then they'd look away. I was like, I'm looking for my watch. And they just look at you, blank face, like, I haven't seen your fucking watch. Sorry, I shouldn't have sworn. There's been no swearing in this, my bad. But yeah, honestly, I really do love Mr. Bean. And like I said, this is going to be something that like I will watch every year. And I sit and watch it with my daughter now, and I've watched it with my son. And like I will still watch it every year when I finally get grandkids. That I'll watch it with them as well. I'll watch it with everyone. Mr. Bean will never go out of fashion for me. But guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed this. I really did. I shouldn't have reacted to this with the way my throat is. That was a bad move, but we got through it. We wait, scusi. Thank you. we got through it, kind of. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry for the rambling on. I have a tendency to do it. My bad. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice Christmas. See you in the next one.